Hey guys, I'm back. It has been a very long time since I made a video where I sit down and talk to you guys, so forgive me if I'm a little rusty at this. But as you can tell, today I'm making another video about my tattoos. I made one about 2 years ago, and since then I've gotten 5 more tattoos, so I figured I would make an updated version. So I have everything about each of my tattoos listed on my phone just so I can make sure that I get everything spot on correct. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm checking. But my first tattoo was July 15th of 2014. And this day I actually got 2 tattoos at once because the shop that I went to had a deal and it was 2 for 1. So I paid $50 for this one and the following one. So the first one that I got was a little crescent moon. It was an outline on my lower shoulder blade. And to me, it did not hurt that bad. When I first went in to get my tattoos, I was psyching myself out so bad, telling myself that it was going to be the worst pain I had ever felt. So I brought my headphones so I could block out everything and just listen to music while I was being tattooed. And I put in my headphones and I got through like half a song before it was done and over with. And I just remember being like, what? We're finished? Like, that's it? I can do this anytime, anywhere. The crescent moon to me has a lot of different meanings. The crescent moon represents dreaming, intuition, feminine power, and I'm very into like zodiac stuff, astrology, and all of that. So all combined, I really felt that was a good fit for my first tattoo. And so the one that I got right after that was a word on my rib cage. And the guy that was tattooing me told me that it was going to be so easy and that I was going to feel the same way that the first one that I had just gotten felt. So I was like, okay, fine, we're good. So he starts tattooing me and I freaked out. It was the worst pain I had ever felt. It was like biting my phone, kicking my legs, holding my mom's hand. Like, I couldn't, if it was any bigger of a word, I would not have been able to finish it. So that one I would say like a 10 out of 10. Crescent moon maybe like a 3 out of 10 for pain. To me, what wildfire means is when I think of that word, I think of something being unstoppable and determined, and that's how I want to be in whatever I put myself into, whether that be school, work, my relationships, whatever it is. And it also goes along with 2 quotes I'm going to read to you. She was beautiful, but in the way that a forest fire was beautiful. And do not try to be pretty. You weren't meant to be pretty. You were meant to burn down the earth and graffiti the sky. Don't let anyone ever simplify you to just pretty. So altogether, I thought wildfire was a really cool choice for the word on my ribcage. So my third tattoo was the creation of Adam hands on my forearm. When I originally saw this and decided I wanted to get it, I didn't even know it was the creation of Adam. I had just seen a picture of the same thing, same placement on someone else, and I was like, that is amazing, I want that on my body. And so later I found out that it was the creation of Adam, and I kind of looked into that, what it was and everything. I'm not religious at all. This has no Catholic or Christian means to me at all. I'm an agnostic, but from the overall image that Michelangelo painted, I kind of created my own meaning. And I guess if you take it from God's point of view, he's putting in all of his effort to give life to Adam. And even if Adam isn't putting in his effort back to receive the life, then God did everything he could, and he has to be proud of giving it his full effort. And then if you look at it from Adam's point of view, he's kind of like limp-handed, I guess, and he's not putting in his full effort to receive the gift of life from God. And it's kind of like, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. And those are my 2 meanings behind it. And I had like personal things going on in my life that kind of tied into that even more. This one wasn't that bad. I would probably rate it like a 5 out of 10 for pain. The closer that I got to like the crease in my elbow, the more painful it was. But for cost wise, it was $130. And I got this one done by Ryan Miller from The Edge Tattoo, and he is amazing with his black and gray work. I could not have asked for it to be done any better. This one is by far my favorite tattoo. So my 4th tattoo is actually my graduation present from my mom, and I got this one in June of 2015, and it's the one on the back of my elbow. It's a triangle with roses in it, and this one cost $90 each, and it was kind of painful just because if you think about it, like if you were to pinch the skin back there, it's really sore and tender, but it was a little more painful than the creation of Adam one. And this one took probably like 40 minutes each, just because you have to get the line so precise. And this one doesn't really have any major meaning. It was just something that me and my mom got together. So she has it on her forearm and I have it on the back of my arm. My 5th tattoo was the quote that I have on my lower inside of my arm, and this one cost $90, and I got it in August of 2015, actually like the day before I moved to college in New York. And this one is a quote by the astronomer Neil Tyson, and it says, "We are not figuratively but literally stardust." I think I get the most questions on this one just because people, I don't know, they're very like back and forth about it. Some people love it and they're like, "That's so true," and some people are like, who are you? Why did you get this? They're very religious people. And this one took about 30 minutes. It was probably the same pain level as the creation of Adam hands, because it's kind of like the same area as that. The closer that it got to the crease, the more sore and tender it was. And again, I got this one done by Ryan Miller, and he is very good with his black and gray, and these letters came out so clean and sharp. My sixth tattoo is my upside down horseshoe right next to that quote. I got this one on November 13th of 2015. It was actually a Friday the 13th, and me and one of my suite mates went to a tattoo shop that was doing a $20 tattoo deal. We waited in line for a little while for that one, and then we finally got in, and I got the tattoo that I wanted because they have limited quantities of each one. And I did it upside down because technically when you flip a horseshoe upside down, it's like bad luck. But to me, that's symbolizing that I don't need luck. Even if I put bad luck on my body, doesn't matter because I don't need any. And this one was probably like a 6 to 7, just because it was a little closer to the bone on my elbow. It was a little more painful than the other two in that area. It took probably like 15 minutes. I got this one done at Armageddon Tattoos in Brooklyn, so I would suggest going there if you want a Friday the 13th tattoo because they always have deals for them. And my seventh and final tattoo that I have to this day was the roses that I got done on the inside of my arm. This one I got done in March of this year, so a couple months ago. It cost $150 to get it done. A lot of people I had been hearing about and talking to saying that this area of the arm was the most painful area to get a tattoo done. And so I went into it really freaking out, but I was like very calm when they started the tattoo, and it actually didn't hurt that bad at all. People would say like the outlines were really painful, but I found that to be the most easy part for me. It was when you got into the very detailed shading that it was the most painful. And if I had to rate it, I'd probably say like a 6 or 7 out of 10. Again, same level as the horseshoe. It was more painful when it got closer to the armpit area. This one took, I want to say, about an hour to do, and I'm not done with this one yet. It still needs to have leaves added to it. I was a little iffy the day of whether or not I wanted to do that, so it is unfinished yet, but I do have plans to get the leaves added, and I don't think I'm done with tattoos yet. I definitely think that I'll be getting more throughout my years, because once you get one, you're completely addicted. So if you guys have any questions about anything that I might have missed in this video, definitely feel free to leave a comment below and I'll answer you as soon as I can. And I hope you enjoy this video.